following the measles epidemic every day. I think there's 124 people who have contracted measles at this point, mainly in Gaines County, Texas. Mainly, we're told, in the Mennonite community. There are 2 people who have died, but we're watching it, and there are about 20 people hospitalized, mainly for quarantine. We're watching it. We put out a post on it yesterday, and we're going to continue to follow it.
Local health authorities say it is not 2 people who have died. It is 1 person who has died, an unvaccinated school-age child. Why he thinks it's 2 people who have died and not 1, we don't know. Also, the people who are hospitalized are not being hospitalized for quarantine, as he described it, which makes it seem like they're fine. They're just being kept in a room. Right? No, they've been hospitalized for respiratory distress and other serious and potential fatal symptoms of measles, which can kill you and which has already killed a child in this outbreak. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wrote a whole book about the measles, in which he said that, quote, measles outbreaks have been fabricated to create fear. He wrote at the website of his anti-vaccine group that getting measles is actually good for you. He says it's good for your heart to get measles. Reduces the risk of some cancers and heart disease and stuff. It's great.
Oh, my God.
Donald Trump put him in charge of Health and Human Services for the whole country. And that means he's in charge of taking care of this explosive measles outbreak in West Texas and New Mexico. Good call.
Action is we need to get vaccinated and just take that additional step if our kids are not vaccinated or if we ourselves are not. So we're hosting a weekend of action this coming weekend, and all of us here are really pushing for that. Harris County, City of Houston, we're working with the community, with Legacy Public Health, Texas Children's Hospital, and doing that push for vaccines. We have also talked to our healthcare providers around the county to make sure that they're vigilant in recognizing measles symptoms and following proper protocols. There are mobile immunization trucks that Children's Hospital here will talk about in a little bit, so that we can get vaccines in areas with lower vaccination rates. If you were born in the U.S. after 1968, you probably have the measles vaccine. I mean, really, around the world, most countries, this is under control. But if you're not sure, just check with your provider. They can test to see whether you had the vaccine. You may want to get a booster. And then, of course, for children, any child over 12 months of age should be getting the vaccine. So they should get the first dose after 12 months and the second dose between ages 4 and 6. So there's a way for you guys to get appointments. If you have a primary care physician, please go to them for the vaccine. If you feel symptomatic, please go to your physician to check out those symptoms. Don't go to an ER, an urgent care that might be crowded again because of how contagious the virus is. And if you don't have health insurance, don't have a primary care physician, your child doesn't have health insurance, for whatever reason you don't feel comfortable going to the hospital, visit readyharris.org. Our Harris County Public Health Department, Houston Health Department, and other organizations like Legacy will offer vaccines free of charge for those. So readyharris.org, we have a map and we have information on the resources, and we're working on a call center. So let me pass it on here to the mayor. I'll repeat my remarks in Spanish after that, but I want to make sure folks know this is completely in our hands. We have no active cases right now. We've got the rodeo coming up. We already have to worry about floods and hurricanes and derechos, it turns out. So let's not worry about measles as well. Let's just enjoy our times and make sure we get those 12-month-olds vaccinated, and those, if there's any of you who are not vaccinated, that you get that done.